Hey everybody, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel, #MovieBay. I am MovieBay, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review to Beast Game Season 1 Season Finale, Episode 10. But before we get too into it though, I would like for you all to consider subscribing to the channel. Here on MovieBay, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that's the type of content you like, please consider subscribing to the channel. Right now, if y'all check out my reality competition show playlist, I promise y'all will like it. I did reviews. I did do Beast Games. I do the Traders US, and I'm doing RuPaul's Drag Race if you watch that as well. Those are my 3 current competition shows, but I really do the competition shows, okay? Squid Game, The Challenge, The Circle, what else is on here? The Mole, all types of stuff. So make sure y'all check out that reality competition show playlist, okay? Now let's go ahead and get into what we actually came here to talk about. Beast Games. We started with 1,000 players, $5 million prize pot, and of course, on this episode, we are going to find out who that one winner is. So from down to 1,000 down to the top 6, we have these lovely contestants here, and y'all know we pick up where the last episode left off, which was on a cliffhanger on that $10 million coin flip. Now, Gage was feeling lucky. He said that in a prior challenge, he flipped the coin and he was able to stay. So he's going to try to flip the coin yet again. Now, in my last review, I was like, hold on, Gage, because in the last episode or in the last competition prior to this one, you kind of like had to finesse and lie your way into the spot. So I'm thinking that karma's going to be bad. But oh no, karma was good for good old Gage. Not even good old Gage, but for the rest of the top 6, doubling the prize pot from 5 million to 10 million. And of course, Gage is still there to participate in the competition. Now, my initial thought is whatever competition comes next, Gage definitely deserves to be there, because if it wasn't for you, sir, we would still be fighting for 5 mil, but now we are fighting for 10. So my personal opinion, I wouldn't target Gage at all, because I feel like he deserves to be in the finals to fight for that money that he took a chance on getting. Okay. Now, with that being said, the first game to dwindle down the numbers is basically like a 6-way game of basketball. Now, each contestant has to pick a pillar, okay? They will get a red ball and they will have to shoot their ball into a person's tube. If your tube gets shot at, or successfully somebody makes their ball into your tube, you are eliminated, and they are going to keep going until 2 people have been eliminated. So Mr. Beast decides that he's going to let them choose their pillar before he gives out the rules to the game. So they go in order from Yessie, 424 Courtney, 937 Emma, 831 Jeff, Gage, and T. I don't have any numbers, y'all. Oh, Gage, 974, and T, 830. Okay. That is how they are lined up. Now, when the rules are given out, Emma is automatically like, oh snap, I'm in a bad position, because she is dead smack in the middle and everybody has a good angle. A majority of the players have a good angle on her too. All right. So of course she is initially the first target, and then she is the first target, and of course she starts her little sob show. Oh, people are targeting me. I mean, I guess I'm in the wrong spot. Right. So this causes Courtney to turn and go for Yessie. Now she comes up with a BS excuse. She was like, you know what? I'm a fair player, so I'm gonna go for Yessie because nobody has gone for her yet. And let's be honest, Emma went for Yessie first. Like, Yessie was Emma's first shot. So Courtney, talking about nobody has gone for Yessie, you're lying. Where have you been? Are you not paying attention? Somebody has gone for her before. So like, just be honest and say that I don't feel right ganging up on her, so I'm gonna just turn and try to shoot for somebody else. Okay. So Courtney tries to go for Yessie and ends up missing. All right. Now at this point, 831 Gage, he decides that he's gonna go for Courtney. So they kind of like have like a little back and forth rival going on. And Courtney was like, it's okay, I'm not mad, because I knew he was gonna miss, right? So the next go round though, 831 Jeff, he ends up swoosh, gets that ball right into Courtney's tube, and Courtney is the first one eliminated. All right. So now we have to keep going until one more person is eliminated, and everybody decides they're going to go for Yessie. Now, before that happens though, Jeff turns to Emma and says, hey, I feel like everybody is going to go for Yessie because she has a bad shot. So they're basically not afraid of retaliation. All right. So that's the cahoots. Okay. So now, with that being said, everybody decides to go for Yessie. Yessie's trying to figure out, why in the hell are y'all going for me? Especially the people who are way on the other side. Like Emma, sure. Jeff, maybe. But Gage and T, why are y'all shooting for me when y'all are way too far? Like, there are people closer to you where you can shoot for them as well. Okay. So multiple times she tries to get a reason. And then of course she realizes that she's basically just there on her own, right? So then it comes down to it, because I feel like Mr. Beast his commentary be making them feel kind of bad or whatever. So it comes down to the point where I guess Emma was feeling bad, and she was like, I'm gonna aim for wherever you shoot, Yessie, that's where I'm gonna shoot. So if you don't shoot for me, I'm not gonna shoot for you, right? So with that being said, of course, Yessie is tired of being ganged up on. She feels like she has a little bit of an alliance at this point, and so she tries to go for Jeff. So on the next go round, Emma turns right around and goes for Yessie again. And I said, hold on. Didn't you just say that if Yessie doesn't shoot for you, you're not gonna shoot for her, then you turn around and shoot for her anyways? Oh, it's a dirty game we're playing. It's a dirty game we're playing. So the next time that Yessie gets a turn to go, she shoots, and it goes right into Emma's tube, and Emma is eliminated. And I don't feel not nan bit sad about it, because you want to know what, Emma? You teamed up with Jeff. Jeff convinced you to go for Yessie, and now you are the one that's going home. Look at there. She won, or whatever. She was the first person off the platform last game, and she was the first person to get to select and shoot this game, because she has played a nice, honorable game, and she's so naive and so innocent. In the moment that she tried to be a backstabber and lie and connive, you done lied and connived just off the show. Look at what happens. You should have stuck true to who you were instead of trying to get all gritty and grimy, and now you're going home just like that. But yeah, of course, I knew that Gage and Jeff weren't going to go for each other, because people, I guess, are seeming to forget about their alliance. And at this point, Jeff and Gage respect T. So everybody, honestly, to the right of them, were just open for the, open for the fest, open for the feast. They didn't care about none of them women on the other side. Okay. So with that being said, like I said, Emma is eliminated, and now it's time to go on to the next competition. Now, the next competition, we're down to the top 4. It is basically memory tiles, okay? So everybody has their hand on a button, and they have, as long as your hand is on the button, the pattern will be revealed to you, okay? The moment that somebody takes their hand off of the button, the pattern will go away, and you have to go down there and replicate the pattern. If you get the pattern correct, you get to eliminate somebody. If you get the pattern incorrect, you are the one that's going home. Okay. So immediately when Mr. Beast says it's a memory challenge, everybody except for Yessie is worried. Okay. Yessie says she's literally plays these types of games on her phone. Okay. So with that being said, I feel like Jeff is something sly. He's a nice guy, right? But that nice guy be trying to mind manipulate you, okay? So basically, he kind of hyped Yessie's head up so she could go down there. And honestly, I would be trying to convince somebody to go down there too, because ain't no way in hell y'all gonna remember this. It was a lot of tiles, it was a lot of patterns. I don't care how good your memory is, I don't care how much you play the game. Like that's a far stretch. So I would have been trying to get somebody else to go down there too, as opposed to myself. But Jeff knew that if Yessie got it correct, it was a chance that he would be selected to go home, right? So he decides, hey, Yessie, if you are confident, I think you should go down there. Matter of fact, if you don't send me home, I will help you remember the pattern. When you get stuck, look back at me and I got you. You remember the first half, I remember the last half. So he kind of made like a little side bet with her, right? I don't really know if Yessie took the bet, but after he said that, she definitely took her hand off the button and she decided to go down and replicate the memory tiles, okay? So when she gets down there, she stands in front of the tile. She's about to go, and Jeff says, Yessie, I think it's over one. Huh? Yeah, it's over one. You got to go over one. Nah. I think, yeah, you got to go over one. It's over one. So, of course, I feel like it was the tone that made Yessie be like, hell nah, he trying to trick me, right? Especially because you just tried to get me out in the last game. So Yessie does not go for what what Jeff is selling. She decides to start on the towel she believes it started, and she is eliminated. And the crazy part is, it really was one towel over to the right, and they had her finish the towels just to see if she would have gotten it right, and she did. She would have gotten it right. She just started on the wrong towel, and I said that is crazy. But like I said, I feel like Jeff knew what he was doing, because it's not what you said, is how you said it. Yes, you were telling the truth, but you had like a slight questionable doubt in your mind. Like, I think it's to the right. And it made me think like, hell no, you trying to game me up. You trying to gas me up, bro. But yep. And honestly, if I was Jesse, I would have done the same thing. I'd rather be eliminated on my own fault as opposed to me believing in somebody else and getting finessed and tricked out the money. So I'd rather have gone out just like that too. All right, with that being said, we are down to the top 3, and it is 830T, 974 Gage, and 831 Jeff. And this I don't like. In competition shows, I hate it when people be like, oh, we're gonna let these people decide if you decide the money or not. You know, Big Brother does it. There's a lot of competition shows. I can't think off the top of my head. I think The Challenge does it, where basically people who you played with get to decipher or vote for if you deserve the money or not. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's like I like that, but then I don't like that at the same time. I feel like the stakes are too high in this particular competition. And there are way too many people in this particular competition to really get a good judge on me to feel like if I deserve the money or not. So with that being said, Mr. Beast brings out an envelope and he's like, somebody's name is in here. And we asked the top 50 contestants who they did not want to see win the money. And if your name is in this envelope, you will be going home. And of course, Mr. Beast adds a twist, I guess, because that's, not really fair. You know what I'm saying? So he says, but you could either take your chances on what's in this envelope, or you could press the button, take $1 million bribe, and you can leave with something, very much so something. So before he shows them the envelope or whatever, opens the envelope, everybody basically tells why they are here for the money and what they would do with the money. So we all know that Jeff's son has a rare brain disease. So he's going to put the money towards some type of basically like therapy or what's the word I'm looking for? A cure, of course. But he said, if not a cure, like, you know, just some type of classes or what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? I don't know, but something to help, basically. Okay, so his money is going to go towards that disease. T is going to start a nonprofit homeless shelter for homeless teens, because she herself was a homeless teen, and the rest of the money she's going to travel with her family. And Gage says he's going to get some type of travel van, music van. What is he doing, y'all? He getting some type of van. He wants to travel the world, and he said, of course, he's going to help pay off his parents' bills. Okay. So with that being said, and by the way, I didn't notice, I'm a little bit old, but I didn't notice that paying off bills does not help your credit score. Now, give your parents the money so they could pay towards the bill. But if you pay it all off, it counts as a closed account and it affects your credit score negatively. Okay, if y'all didn't know that, hey, look at me putting me on game. And if I got that incorrect, I don't think I did, drop it down in the comment section down below. All right. So with that being said, Mr. Beast was like, Gage, so basically you're going to do with the money what you could do with $50,000 anyways. Okay. So with that being said, everybody has their doubts. They feel like, I feel like I made some friends, but I feel like a lot of people didn't really like me. Like a lot of people thought that Jeff was a smooth talking manipulator. Gage he was in that big alliance and he had to finesse his way through and out of some games. And when it comes to T kept stepping up as, a leader. And of course, that'll make insecure people feel a certain type of way. T says, you know what? I am a lot. So a lot of people might not be able to take me. So I wouldn't be surprised if I'm in that envelope either. Now, with that being said, before the envelope is open, Gage decided that he's going to take the $1 million bribe, because he, honestly, I don't think he didn't say this verbatim, but I feel like Gage knew that these two people, Jeff and T, were there for a better cause. They had better purposes for the money. So I feel like he felt like it would be selfish of me to take this $10 million from these people who really plan on doing something good with that money, as opposed to just traveling, because that's really what Gage wants to do. And like Mr. B said, you could do that with $50,000. You don't need $10 million to do that. So with that being said, even though Gage flipped the coin to double that prize pot, I feel like that was an honorable step down, and you're still a millionaire because you got $1 million. Congratulations. You can travel and pay off your parents' stuff. Okay. Now, with that being said, Mr. Beast, of course, opens the envelope, and guess whose number was in there? 830 T. I said, wow. I do feel like T was the last person I expect. I thought Gage's number was going to be in there. Gage thought his number was going to be in there, and as did I, simply because of the alliance, the blow up that 499, I think that was his name, number 399, 499, the guy who took the $600,000, him. He blew up their alliance, and like, he's just had to finesse and get through games some type of way. So I felt like a lot of people wouldn't vote for Gage to win. But yeah, they didn't like T. And like I said, it's because confident people shake non-confident people. If I'm being honest, you know what I'm saying? Even though T, I hate her facial expressions with the little eyebrow and her intimidation face. I hate it. It's so cringe to me. And I hate how she did Queen. Not gonna hold. I still, but y'all know me, right? I'm still rooting for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I would not have put her number in there regardless. And I personally, out of all the other people who were still on the show, I did like Jeff. So I probably would have voted for Gage if I was a competitor. Anyways, so now we're down to the top two, and it is T versus Jeff. 830 versus 831. What are the odds? What are the odds? And Mr. Beast does a flashback that they basically have been cool since day one, because obviously their numbers are one after the other. So they had like a lot of bonding time, right? They've gotten to know each other through the games and the different rounds and such stuff like that. So in order to win the $10 million, we're going to do a similar challenge to what my homegirl, my good homegirl, I don't know, I can't remember her number right now, but the one who got the private island, the briefcase challenge, essentially. So now we're going to do it, except for we got more briefcases. So there is 10 briefcases, one of which has the $10 million check in it. And basically you have to try to convince the other person that, yes, the check is in that case, even though it's not. All right. And then we're going to keep going until somebody actually got the $10 million check. Okay. So with that being said, some weird, strange manipulation tactics from Jeff starts to ensue, and more, not even start to ensue, prominently starts to ensue. And I said, you know what? You should have just kept it cute and sly, because when you actually try to be, intimidating, it's giving, okay. So like with the coin flip, he was like, I usually call tails. I usually call tails too. Well, you should call it. Okay. Yeah, you could call it. Call it. Okay. Like, okay. Okay. So Mr. Beast flips the coin. It lands on heads, I believe. And Jeff is like, he's going to let T go first. So he has to turn around with the blindfold on. And T has to hide the check first. Okay. So she does a lot of manipulating with the cases, spinning around, taking some cases out, putting cases on top, as y'all see in the picture down below, leaving some stuff blank and all type of stuff like that. Now, Mr. B says, we want everybody to turn around because we don't even want to risk tipping off neither one of the players, right? So when everybody turns back around, the cases are set. T gives Jeff permission to take his blindfold off. And now the game has started. So immediately Jeff starts to, spin the little turntable, and okay, it's not a number one. I know it's not a number one. What about number 5? I know 5 is a very important number for you. You have 5 people in your family. But I don't think you will put the check in a number that's important to you. So then he goes over to number 6, and he was like, but number 6, doesn't have nothing to do with you. I don't think the number 6 means anything to you. So he was like asking about the cases. He was like, is number 5 important to you? And she said something, and he was like, what? I can't hear you. I was like, damn, nigga, you really can't hear? Because he had her repeat herself like a multitude of times. And I'm like, at this point, if you didn't hear me, you didn't hear me. Do what you feel like you need to do, because I'm not about to keep repeating myself. I'm sorry. I'm not. That's just me. I would have stood there straight face, not said a god thing. I wouldn't have said anything, honey. I would have just stood there, cold face, straight face and all. Choose and do what you feel like you need to do. All right. But with that being said, he decides to go to number 6. He opens the case, and on the first time, he gets the check. I say, what? It took out of 10 suitcases, he immediately chooses the correct case. That's crazy. That's insane. What are the odds? 1 in 10. What are the odds? 1 in 10. I do feel like, though, I feel like T kind of gave it away with her facial expressions a little bit, because when he was on 5, she did like her little cringy facial expressions with the eyebrow, like, yeah, pick that case. And then when he went to number 6, it was more like a straight face. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like she was begging, pleading with her insides, like, please don't pick that case. Please don't pick that case. It wasn't until he was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna choose case number 6. That's when she started trying to like smirk and smile and stuff like that. But I was like, that it's too late. He's already chosen the case. He's already chosen it. And it just so happens to be the right case. It's crazy. But honestly, out of all the thousands of people, I don't know everybody's story, obviously. But when they got to the what was that? Like the top whatever, like the top 10, I think. And we got to know their stories. Out of all those people who were top 10, I do feel like those 2 people, T and Jeff, had, I'm not going to say the best reason to be there, but the best reason to be there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody deserves a shot for sure, but I'm not mad at neither one of these 2 winning, because I felt like they were going to, you know, put the money to good use, honestly. So yeah, that's it. With that being said, you guys, that is the end of the show. 831 is the winner of the $10 million prize pot. Shout out to you, not only Mr. Beast, but Gage, for taking that chance and doubling that prize pot. My overall review of Beast Games, I personally feel, let me go backwards. I just had an idea. Boom. Bam. I personally feel like that this show was really good. Initially, when I heard about it, I said, oh, Squid Game ripoff, whoop-de-whoop. Because y'all know I'm a Squid Game fan, super uber fanatic. Okay, I also reviewed the show. I reviewed the competition show. I applied for the competition show, honey. Like, I just feel like it was gonna be like a ripoff. But when I started watching it, I was honestly hooked. I feel like I liked that it was a lot of people. And I really didn't care, especially I'm the type of person, I don't even care about your sob story. Please do not sob story me at all. So yeah, I like the fact that I didn't know half of the people on here. Yeah, at this point, y'all literally are just numbers. Either you're here or you're not here. I like the competitions. Especially, I just think it was done well for 1,000 people, and we got rid of like half of y'all on the first day. Like, I felt like that was good. The only thing, yeah, and I like the competitions. Like, I feel like the competitions were, you know, good. I feel like the editing, the pacing was good. The only competitions I didn't like, though, were the self-sacrificing challenges. Because no, self-sacrifice, the whole team will go home. Don't let me be on your team. The whole team will go home. Okay, what are you talking about? Self-sacrifice with no money? Quit playing with me. Stop it. Stop the madness. Okay, but yeah, my overall review of Beast Games, like I said, it's probably, I would rate it probably like 8.5 out of 10. Honestly, I recommend it to other people to watch, you know what I'm saying, and come watch my reviews. But would I apply for Beast Games? I feel like Beast Games is a show I will apply for. I personally, and I hope they do get a season 2, because I will watch it and review it again. Like I said, I like competition shows. You know what I'm saying? So they had games, and they had different type of games: social games, manipulation games, physical games. Yeah, I feel like it was a good overall competition show. So with that being said, you guys, thank y'all so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. Once again, please consider subscribing. I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that's the type of content you like, here is where you need to be. Okay? Thumbs up the video, push me in the algorithm, and of course, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Are y'all happy with the winner? What do y'all think about the $10 million prize pot? And would you try out for Beast Game Season 2? Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I will see y'all next time. Bye.